What's up, everybody? Today, I'm coming to y'all with another exclusive video. This is MMA Rant. I want to talk about Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2. Now, I heard reportedly that Ariel Helwani, came out with this the other day, probably about a day ago, on the MMA Hour, talking about how Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2 is in works. He said that they had some contracts made up, and both camps are pretty much going over the contracts, making sure everything is legit the way that they want it for this fight. Now, my last video, I was talking about how if they fought again, what weight would they be fighting at, and other things like that. So things were made a little bit more clearer now that Conor McGregor wants this fight again at 170 pounds. I'm like, I don't know about this one, I'm kind of wary about it, Him wanting to fight at 170 pounds again sounds kind of crazy to me, Conor, you my boy and all, but, you survived that first plane crash with a few injuries, and you're trying to get back in that same plane and fly it again? I don't know, man. It's pretty wishy-washy to me about that fight. Will it be an exciting fight? Yes, it will be an exciting fight. Will everybody pay to watch this fight? Hell yeah, everybody's going to pay to watch that fight, because my ass is going to be paying to watch that fight as well. So if they do this fight again, which I'm pretty sure they will, there's going to be a lot of happy about this fight. There's going to be a lot of mad people mad about this fight. One being Frankie the Midget Egger. My damn grandmother makes meatballs bigger than his little ass, and then also, bitch ass Jose Aldo Jr. I don't know what the hell he's junior to. Maybe he's junior to his mother, because he acts straight like a freaking woman sometimes when, he's ranting about the fight that he wants. No offense to women at all, but I'm just talking about this man supposedly being a man. So, enough about that. But what was so crazy, I'm happy for Nate Diaz. He's got the limelight. He's popular. He's famous right now, and just deserved. He's been the man. Him and his brother's been the man for a long time. But my boy had an interview with Rolling Stones magazine. Rolling Stones. Can you imagine Nate Diaz doing an interview with Rolling Stones? I can imagine how they were recording his ass and re-recording his ass, because Nate Diaz do not have the best vocabulary out there. So, but anyway, what stuck out with that interview is the fact that Nate Diaz was talking about how the UFC is trying to get this rematch again for their golden goose egg, Conor McGregor, and how other fighters that deserve rematches don't get rematches. But how is Conor McGregor able to get a rematch? But I think Nate Diaz don't mind the fight. I think he's never mind fighting anybody. And I really believe Nate Diaz believes he can go in there and whoop his ass again. So, I mean, why not? He did it before, But, like I said before, Conor McGregor was winning that fight. And, he rocking the hell out of Nate Diaz. I mean, he punched Nate Diaz. He connected with Nate Diaz a whole lot of times with power shots, But Nate Diaz caught his ass with a two-piece, man. Not a two-piece from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Not a two-piece from the local corner store. But a two-piece from that freaking 209 slap. That chin check music that he gave him, And Conor McGregor was fucked up after that, man. After that two-piece. So, Nate Diaz kind of beat him in every level and every area of the game, and, I'm just curious to see how Conor McGregor is going to do in this rematch. But, like I said, they're planning on doing this rematch. Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2. They've got some contracts made up, apparently, and both camps are going over these contracts. So this is probably going to happen, I'm just curious to see if this is going to be a main event at UFC 200, though. That's the next thing I'm curious about, But like I said, there's a lot of people mad about this fight, Are they just deserving of it? I don't know. I really don't care. This is the fight I care about, But I will tell you this. I guarantee you, if Conor McGregor wins this fight in spectacular fashion, I guarantee you he will probably drop and vacate that 145-pound belt. He will vacate that belt, you know, and then Frankie Edgar and Jose Aldo and all those mini-me's down there in that weight division can fight over that belt, you know, because I think Conor McGregor's got his eyes set on that 155 and that 170-pound division, you know. So if he pulls out this win here at UFC 200, he will, you know, probably vacate that belt. You heard it here first. That's what I believe he's going to do. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I believe will happen. I want to know what y'all believe. I want to know what y'all think. You know, leave a comment. Tell me how you feel. I'm open to anything. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a pussy. You can tell me what you feel like about the fight or whatever. But like I said, tell me what you think about the fight coming up and who he really should fight. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let me know what you think. Peace.